Here is a quick recap of the stitches we did in class. For our first row, for our half double crochet stitch, we are going to chain 15. Now that we have our 15, for half double crochet, you will need to skip one stitch and then work into the second chain from the hook. So you're not going to work into this first one that's connected to your hook. You're going to want to go into this one here. So this is technically the first stitch. So we're going to skip the one that's on the loop. And when you do a half double crochet, you are going to yarn over, insert your hook into the loop from your starting chain. From here, you're going to yarn over again, turn your hook down so you can pull up a loop. On your hook, you should now have 3 loops. You're going to yarn over again and pull that through all 3 loops. You're going to repeat these steps all the way across. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 3. I'm just going to repeat this all the way across. Again, I like to throw the yarn, but if you would like to use your hook hand to yarn over, just like this, you're more than welcome to do that too. Either way works. This is how your half double crochet should look after it is stitched. You have your braids on the top here. Go ahead and pull those stitches that you just made so that you can start from your starting chain again. For our next one, I'm going to show you how to do a double crochet. This one includes a yarn over, and since the double crochet is a taller stitch, we are going to crochet into not the first one, but the second one after the one on the loop. So we never go into this first one because you'll lose a stitch. So this is number 1 and this is number 2. You'll go ahead and crochet into that first one. So yarn over, insert your hook into the second loop from the chain, yarn over, turn your hook down to pull up a loop. So now we're left with 3 loops on your hook. Go ahead and yarn over again. Now you are going to turn and pull that loop through just 2. So turn and pull, pulling through 2 loops. So now you pull up 1 loop and now you have 2 loops left on your hook. So again, you'll yarn over and pull through 2. This completes your first double crochet. So again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain stitch, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through 2. You're going to repeat this all the way across, and when you get to the end of the row, when you chain up to start a new row, instead of chaining 1 like you would with a single or a half double crochet, you're going to chain 2. So I'm going to get to the end of this row so I can show you how that is done. So here we are at the end of our row. When we get to the end, you're going to go ahead and chain 2. 1, 2. Then you're going to turn this piece all the way around, just like so. This is the back side of your stitches. So when you go to work into another row, you're going to work into these braids. So we're going to work into the first hole here. So yarn over, insert your hook into the chain stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. And then just repeat those steps all the way across. For our treble crochet, we are going to want to work in the 3rd chain from the hook. So we're going to count, we don't count the first one, so we have 1, 2, 3. And when we yarn over, we are going to yarn over 2 times before we place our hook inside that chain. So 1, 2, insert your hook into the 3rd chain from your hook, yarn over, turn your hook down and pull up a loop. We now have 4 loops on our hook, so we are going to yarn over again and pull through 2 of the hoops. Pull through 2. So now we have 3. Go ahead and yarn over, pull through 2. So we are left with 2. We're going to go ahead again, yarn over, and pull through 2. And there's our first treble. We're going to work these all the way across. Again, yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we're left with 4, yarn over, turn your hook down and pull up a loop. Now we're left with 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and lastly yarn over and pull through 2. You're going to repeat this all the way across. When you reach the end of your row, you want to chain up 3. So we'll chain 1, 2, and 3. At this point, you'll turn your work over and continue on this way. For the slip stitch, I'm going to use the existing treble crochet row. So I'm going to chain 1 to start a new row. And for a slip stitch, it's very simple. All you do is insert your hook into the loop. And instead of pulling up a loop, you're just going to pull our working yarn through one and the other. So it's essentially making a chain stitch that's attached to your work. So again, just insert your hook, yarn over, and pull it through the loop. And then you would repeat that going all the way across. Sometimes it's easier if you pull up the loop, resituate yourself, and then pull it through, just so you don't split your yarn. Either way works. And this, you'll notice, is a very flat stitch. The braids are now on the front of your work as opposed to being on top of your work like they generally are. It pushes this row of braids backwards. You don't generally use this in regular crochet. It's a very decorative stitch, and it's also meant to finish off rows when you're working in the round.